In Disney's Gargoyles, Brooklyn can read multiple languages and Broadway is illiterate. Let's talk about this. So we know that Brooklyn can read Latin because he gets hold of the Grimorum Arcanorum at one point, and he says that he has gone through the book page by page and he cannot find the counterspell, which means that he knows what he's looking for and knows enough to know that he cannot find it. In contrast, Broadway as well as Hudson are both portrayed as being illiterate, and it's part of their character arcs that they end up learning how to read. And this is a little bit of world development and character development that I personally find extremely interesting, because the entire thing about the Gargoyle Society that we are told is that they all lay a clutch of eggs collectively and they raise those children collectively. So what is it that makes it so that Brooklyn is not only literate, but literate in multiple languages, and Broadway cannot read? What is it that does that precisely within the Gargoyle Society? To me, what that would have to mean is that their education is strictly interest-based. That this is the lesson going on, if you want to come learn about it, you come learn about it, because it's not like either of them had a more overbearing parent who was like on them to learn these things. So that's sort of what it feels like to me, and that puts an interesting spin on Brooklyn as a character. If he actually paid attention enough to not only learn to read, but to actually be multilingual, that's kind of fascinating to me. And also, before anyone says it, I know it was the 90s and probably it was just the show creators being like, well, Broadway's dumb, so of course he can't read. Because of course, it was the 90s. But that being said, if we take away that context and just look at the context of the canon itself, then it does lend itself to some really fun, like, headcanons, and that's more what I'm talking about than, like, the real-world reasons that the showrunners would have done this.